The original article, Life Lessons, can be found at www.blog.the-league.org. The article is being read by Patricia Howard and interpreted by Garth Sponseller. This was written by a friend of the League. It is a wonderful article about facing an unexpected disability and how Steve learns to accept it. Read on. Keep on pushing. Patricia Howard, Information and Referral Coordinator. Why disabled people are stronger than you and me. Life lessons. The photo in this blog shows a therapy device that I use for 3 hours every day. The Bioness H200 wireless hand rehabilitation system stimulates the appropriate nerves and muscles of the forearm and hand to help re-educate weak or paralyzed muscles. The system, which costs thousands of dollars, applies electrical stimulation in a precise sequence which then activates the muscles. This helps the muscles relearn to respond to signals for movement. Sudden loss of the use of my arm and hand. I woke up in May 2012 from a 20-minute doze in my easy chair, and my right arm was asleep, numb, immobile, palsied. I am right-handed. At least I used to be. I just thought it had fallen asleep, the way your foot sometimes falls asleep. That's what it felt like, so I wasn't concerned. But it never woke up, leading to a series of lessons learned that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. The first days were frantic because I had no diagnosis and I fully expected it to revive itself. It didn't. My right dominant hand and arm were numb, like a dentist just shot it up with Novocaine. It still is as I write this, and I had to figure out how to work, mostly at a computer, with only my left hand. In fact, I had to learn to do everything left-handed. Eat, shave, type, use a computer mouse, turn a key in a lock, shake a person's hand, everything. I finally got a qualified doctor's diagnosis from the Veterans Administration in Fort Wayne. Nerve damage in my right radial and ulnar nerves. That's not common after certain surgeries or severe trauma, but it's quite rare to occur spontaneously. The doctor said he's seen about 10 patients like me in his career, spanning decades. Treatment. There isn't any, the doctor told me very coolly. Sometimes it comes back. That's all he said. What? No therapy? No surgery? It may never come back? I didn't believe that. I figured the doc was wrong, even though I had no reason to doubt him. The medical care at the local VA is second to none. So I researched the condition in medical journals extensively, and the clinical reports all said exactly what the neurologist said. I was sent to another neurologist, same thing. I can have your nerve function tested with an EMG, but it won't matter because there is no treatment. Often it never comes back, and if it does, it may be years later and only to a small degree. I considered seeking a different perspective from an orthopedic surgeon, but surgery had a 20% potential to improve me modestly and a far likelier chance of making things worse. In other words, doctors don't consider it a viable option. So I had to accept that this was the new me for all intents and purposes, one useful arm and hand, my left. And that was okay. Within a month, I had adapted to being a lefty. If this was permanent, I thought, I can deal with it, and I'll get better and better at adapting as time goes on. I quit thinking about it until I had to shake hands or encounter some other limitation that would remind me. There is more to this story and a more positive update, which I'll save for another day. But here are the life lessons learned from suddenly losing the function of my right arm and hand, with the most important one last. 1. Never take anything for granted. 2. Accept reality rather than wishful thinking. Forget how it used to be and look ahead. 3. Adapt quickly and learn your limitations, but don't let them stop if you can help it. 4. Expect the worst, but maintain room to hope for the best. 5. Rely on your own judgment. Doctors don't know everything. 6. Seek out role models, like a man at the gym where I work out, who operates a tow truck with one arm. He was very inspirational to me. And the most important lesson? A renewed appreciation for people who have more severe disabilities. Have you ever noticed that these people have a sense of strength and spirit that is lacking in many of the rest of us? I learned why. A change in your physical abilities does not change who you are. And there is not enough time in the day for self-pity when you need all your energy to figure out how to achieve your goals despite your limitations. Disabled people are too busy pressing on with life to worry about how things used to be. They don't have the time or energy for that luxury. They can't afford to worry about petty things that bother the rest of us, and this has a way of strengthening the inner spirit. Because they confront and accept certain physical limitations, they need to devote all their time and energy to pushing forward. And that's a great phrase with which to start the new year. Keep on pushing. Steve Cebalt, Highview, LLC. Steve's website, www.highviewhelp.com. Steve's personal blog can be found at http://34waste.blogspot.com.